Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the mobile app which I recently built for this semester school year. It's actually a simple program that has to do with telling about the weather. As you can see on the right hand side of my screen, um, I created this app with MPX Expo-Create app at latest. Then I was also able to use the native wind so that I can put my stylings in the files or in the codes that I'm creating. Native Wind actually makes it quite easy. So as you can see here, the first thing I created was the landing page, and the landing page here we have the index.csx. Now the index.csx, we have a home screen. For this home screen, I don't like building my UI in the same page, so I have a special place where I build my UI, and I put that into a place called components. And in this component, you can see the home screen UI. So the home screen UI just have very simple things like talking about the weather, talks about the weather, and then just a flex one. And of course, I got the assets. This is an asset to be able to give me an image background just to make it look good. So that's what we did there with the image background. So wrapped everything inside the image background. And unlike Next.js, learning this was quite new. So I understood that view is like a div. So instead of using the div here, you have to use view. So view represents the div. So a view represents a box that has a container. And instead of h1, h2, the text represents the h1, h2, and all the h1. So all you just need to do is put the text and then style it to whatever you want. Now the second UI I built was the weather UI. This is the page that contains the weather. I had a lot of importations. This is imported from the API where we can get that. Then I have to import expo location so that we can actually get the location of the user. And router, use effects, callback, use states, and all of this are what I'm using, and I'm getting it from the React Native. So the first thing I did was to get the my key from the weather, and then I passed that key that I got into an env file, which I cannot show you. Then I initiated the things I want to request because I'm using a TypeScript, so I have to use an interface called weather. You can use type or you can use interface. And after which, of course, I use the use state to pass in the important things I need, and then I also passed in the API key, as you can see here, the .env, which I'm getting from my env file. So the first thing we need to do is to use a callback to load some of the things like the weather, so we can get your location and check your weather. But before we can get your location and check the weather, we need to ask your permission. So once the permission is granted, the weather is populated on your screen. And of course, we use a scroll view to be able to make it scroll up and down. Like so. To run this, we're going to open a terminal, and then we're going to type the npx start. npx expo start is what we're going to use, and then when we type the npx expo start, wait for it to start. npx, well, why this npx is going to start, you need to have an app on your phone called Expo Go. So you go to your Play Store, download Expo Go. So when you download Expo Go, it's going to show you a URL that you can use to scan. So when you scan the URL from your Expo Go app on your console, you're going to have whatever you have on your code appear on your phone screen.
Okay, now this is what the app looks like on my mobile. As you can see, I have the app running. I have scanned it with the Expo Go, and this is what we have. So I have just two. This is the first landing page. It tells you about the weather, and then the first part you're going to see is the visit weather channel. When you visit weather channel, it tells you my location. Because I've allowed my location, you can see it's showing Shagamu, and then it's showing the weather. You can search any weather. Now, if I search weather like London, for example, and I click on the search, you can see it has changed the um, city name to London, and it has given me the weather in Celsius. Now I have a little thing that I created, which is settings. When you click on settings, it's going to ask you to change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So when I do that, it's going to change it to Fahrenheit. As you can see now, it has given my present location in Fahrenheit. So that is just about that. And then you can go back to the main page. That is just about this simple and lovely app that has been created.
So that's it. You've seen the video shown on the Android. That's the way the app works, and that is what it looks like. So thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.